channel, Adrian Nelson. Yeah, it's a little dark in here actually. Sorry about that. I'm gonna have to do that now. But this is a reading for you for Virgo, general reading, sun, moon, rising, ascending. I always say also look at where your Venus placement is because that's for love and finance. But general reading, just before I do your October readings, just to see what you're looking at, before September ends. September is a really powerful month for you, specifically Virgo. So let's just have a general look and see what we've got there. Okay. To all of you that are always supporting my channel, and I mean, in all the different ways that you can support somebody's YouTube channel, I want to let you know that I really, really appreciate that. For those of you that are coming back, I really appreciate you. And if it's your first time here, my name is Adrian Nelson. I'm a psychic medium. I'm a regression hypnosis practitioner. And I really, really am so grateful for you taking the time to watch my video. And may it serve you in abundantly positive ways. All right. If you want to help me, I'd really appreciate you watching the whole video from beginning to end because that helps my channel to grow. Okay, so Virgo, let's first look at the things that you are doing well. I like to start off with the good things first. For me, the good things are the yummy things in life. Let's see what we're doing first. What you're doing good and what you're doing well, because once you kind of got that polished, then you can sort of also do the rest. Virgo, Fortune's Wheel, number 10, Wheel of Fortune in the Major Arcana. Things are turning in a positive direction for you, and they've been turning in a positive direction there for you for a while, Virgo. This is really, really beautiful. This is like, it's like I can see this doorway sort of opening. Oh, actually, look at that. So if you look at that, there's sort of like the sun kind of looking through there, and there's like almost like a character looking. This is you looking towards new beginnings. Some of you might have been looking towards new beginnings and hoping for new beginnings. Sorry. Hoping, wishing, but not, all that sure if it's actually going to come through for you. Well, that magical essence is busy floating through for you, Virgo, so that's beautiful. Let's see. I can't wait to do your tarot. That's a wonderful space because that is, oh, did you all see that? So, wow, what a combination. Current energy, direct influence. So, the Tower. So all those beautiful, eloquent words that I just spoke to now, well, some of you may know, but for some of you might be like, if this is what you call a new beginning and a change and things looking forward, then I don't know what bad luck looks like, because it doesn't feel new and it doesn't feel powerful and it doesn't feel empowering, But there is a space of release there. And I feel that for some of you, it might not actually be so bad because you realize what's happening. But for those of you that might be challenged, there is a space here of new beginnings, new happenings, new things unfolding for you, Virgo. This is a space of your life maybe almost like the way that you thought that it was going to be. It could just be, it could have to do with love, but I feel this is more about you. This energy is very much about you, Virgo. And so this is a space where it's almost like, on the one end, while the carpet is being ripped out from underneath you, on the other end, there's almost like a pair of hands that's catching you just like that. And your direct influence is the Magician. All right. This is a space where your heart's true desires are speaking sort of stronger than maybe that some of that internal patterning that you could have, which is not serving you all that well. All right. If any of you are interested in releasing your patterning, I'm actually running a online psychic development and mind unlocking course over October and November. Very, very good rate. And the details are on my Facebook page. A link for my Facebook page is down below in the description. Okay. But this is you. This is a space of you, Virgo, creating, let's say, creating magic from tragedy, all right? And this is a space also, sorry for not looking at you, my apologies. But this is a space where it's almost like we can see things falling apart, but you can also feel them moving into space. So, some people might find it very curious because they might feel that you are not as concerned as they feel that you probably should be, In your foundation, the Three of Swords. because you know that nothing can touch you. This is a space of you that's healed. You have gone through a lot of things, Virgo. There's a lot of challenges that you needed to face. There were many overwhelming things in your life. It felt like your spirit was at some point probably being broken left, right, and center. But you know what? You made it. And this card reminds you of your strength, of your inner power, of the truth of who you are, of all the beauty in life that you are actually able to grow through and to just go forward. And this is a space which I like, because for many of you, this is where you were looking for a silver lining and you had to turn to yourself. And if you are in the space where you're looking for a silver lining, know that you are that silver lining, okay? Because you are a divine expression of the love of source, of the creator, okay? You are a big deal. Everybody is. Okay, let's see what we have. Right, so in the recent past, you've got a Seven of Swords. So you've stepped away from some things. Maybe there was some drama. Maybe people were very nasty to you. This could be very close relations. But I feel that it's almost like at some point in the past, you decided to walk away and you decided to keep on walking. You know, so if others want to fight and they want to accuse you of things that is not true and that sort of things, this is you saying, you know what, I'm out of here. Baby, I'm walking, like Michael Jackson used to say. This is you, I'm not doing this. I like that, because that was a space where I feel that you realize that you might not be able to change the circumstances and situations in life, but you realize that you can change, and the way that you relate to things can change, and you can decide what's going to make you unhappy and what's not going to make you unhappy, and you're going to put yourself first, and you're going to take breaks when you need to take. That's a wonderful realization, because that has brought you to that. You see, so this is what we're talking about. That is the realization that you made. So this is where it brought you, and this is what it's unlocking, and this is what it's reminding you of. All right? This is that Virgo strength that I love and admire. Nine of Pentacles is the direct influence for you at the moment, that energy that's crowning you. With the Nine of Pentacles here, this is a space to let you know what, Virgo, you may have worked very hard, you may have had a lot of plans, maybe you needed to put in extra work, get extra knowledge, gain additional skill, refine a skill. It's almost like you needed to upskill yourself in a way. I feel that for some of you, it's almost like your survival was threatened in a way. Your sense of security, maybe your home, or maybe you weren't making enough money, or maybe you were living in a home where others weren't that considerate of your needs, because that's a space of you pulling in really the desires of your heart and being very happy with that. It's actually a very almost sort of opposite to how typical Virgo often operates, because a lot of times, Virgo, what you will do is, you will sometimes be so considerate and helpful towards others, where you will even kind of almost like put yourself down completely. But this is a space of that not actually happening. This is a space of you shining in your light, thriving, and you deserve every moment of it. I don't really feel that everybody's very happy for you. Some people might be like, who do you think you are? But I feel that you know exactly who you are, and you don't even feel the need to explain it to anybody, because there is a space, and that is such an important space, where your opinion of life is the most important opinion, and that explains why there's this huge, fantastic metamorphosis, transformation, legendary unfolding that's happening for you. And going forward, what do you get in life? Whatever you decide. All right? So remember, as long as you maintain the balance within yourself, as long as you can maintain the inner peace, as long as you come from light, you're going to be just fine. All right? Oh my goodness. Overall energy, you've got the Four of Wands. This is emotional balance. This is inner balance. That is that inner sanctuary that we all speak about, that everybody wants to have. For some of you, this is a space where some of you might get married. Engaged, yes, a high-level commitment, but specifically that connection. I feel that for many of you, you're making a connection with someone else, maybe a connection that for a while you almost like reasoned yourself out of. And now you're like, I just want to go for the desires of my heart. So there's a space for some of you making that commitment. But this is, when you make that commitment with someone, it's not like you're stepping in the first sort of coffee, get together. You're like, okay, well, I feel that if you're going to be with me, you're not going to waste my time. We need to get married, and etc., and so many kids and home and whatever. But this is a sense of you, I feel, opening your heart to somebody that's actually as serious about you as you are about them. They may have actually been more serious about you for the longest time, except that Virgo. Okay. Let's see. So if Source could send you a message, it would say, easy tiger. If God could send you an email, there with the Knight of Swords, it may have said, you know what, easy tiger. There's no need to try and do everything at the same, time. Like Rome wasn't built in the same day. A home isn't built in the same day. Everything takes time. Yes, it's wonderful that you've got a mission and a vision and a goal and a direction that you want to head in, and you pumped and all those type of things. It's great. It's so great. It's so wonderful. But that doesn't mean that you have to go completely crazy all at once either. You may have an analogy, you may have like a nice beautiful popcorn machine, and you may have lots and lots of corn, but if you're just one or two people, you're not exactly going to make this much popcorn, unless you maybe me, and I'll eat it all. But just be careful to I was going to phrase it differently, but they say be careful not to get ahead of yourself, because you don't want to burn yourself out, all right? A bit of energy overload. And also beautiful what's happening that you might not actually be aware of. This is a big sense of releasing. There's a lot of things that not only you were holding on to, but I feel that other people were holding on to, almost like, in a sense, holding on to things energetically, and even maybe slightly, even like a little bit pedantically, that I wouldn't necessarily say it's your fault, but it's almost like certain people are very happy to sort of blame things on you. My life is going tough and difficult because of you, because you left me, because you changed, because you doing this, because you doing that. But I also feel that it's almost like there's a sense of distance growing between that. So for some of you, you may have taken other people's crap for a very long time, possibly years, maybe some other people's low vibes and things like that. And there's a sense of releasing from that, because this is where you know your value and you know your worth. And I feel even the people that are doing this to you might have been doing this to you for the longest time. Again, there with Fortune's Wheel, number 10 and number 10, it's coming to an end. It's almost like people are realizing that you are no longer going to allow yourself to be the punching bag. And because, remember, 95% of our communication happens on a subconscious level. So because you decided you're no longer going to be that punching bag, people realize that, well, I suppose you can't do that to them any longer. Big ups to you, Now, let's look at your hopes and fears, which is always your turning point, and we've got the 8 of Cups over there. Okay? So I like this because this is you stepping towards the greater potential of yourself. Some people might look at this as stepping away and you're creating unnecessary problems for yourself or any like that. But this is you understanding. This is you having a long-term plan, a good long-term plan, and executing that long-term plan, following what you know is the right path for you. And a lot of people may not realize this at this particular point in time, but going forward, if they mess up, your actions could actually be saving them really well. This is you being proactive, and I would encourage you to do that. For some of you, it's challenging to walk away. Some of you might have taken a break from maybe a significant other to see how they feel about you. Will they reach out to you? That sort of thing. And I feel that you're in a space where you're building, literally if you look at your brain, this is you building new neural paths. This is you building new ways of thinking, being, reasoning, reconditioning your subconscious conditioning, which, sort of like determines your experience of life. This is you, I would say, almost sort of like, considering everything, dissecting everything, reconsidering everything, in a sense of, is this person really in my life? Are they really a benefit for me? Do they really want what's good for me? Because I feel that for some of you, you realize that maybe some people in your life, maybe they don't have that good, intentions for you. And I feel that it's almost like for some of you, you may have a child or have an impact on children, and you are showing them almost like a better way of living and being. There's a sense of inner pride here stepping forward and affecting yourself and others very positively. You are carving a whole new path of life here for you, and you're carving it really, really beautifully. Okay. Like basically paving that new path, and it's beautiful. Let's see what we've got for you from the universe. All right. So, okay. So King of Wands and the Hanged Man in reverse. All right. So feeling your emotions. So emotionally, first of all, we're going to let you know that some of you might feel, I don't know if I made the right choice. I don't know if I can do this. Yes, I did. But, you know, there's a little bit of self-doubt here. You have got this. You've got the strength of a lion. You've got that energy. You've got that fire. Some of you might be a little bit feeling out of sorts at the moment, a little bit challenged with, you know, this is a space where we level up, and when we level up, sometimes it's a bit challenging. Where you do something great and something new, and you see the positive signs, and you know the universe is there for you, but it's a little bit of doubt creeping in here, okay? Two of Swords and the Devil. There is some doubt here that's creeping in, but I also feel that it's helping you to actually recognize past patterns not serving you well and eliminating those. All right. Look, even at the next card we have got here is the Magician, the Knight of Pentacles, Temperance. I'm not going to go on, but that is so positive for you. That is so positive for you, Virgo. That is amazing. You have got this like nobody's business. Okay. Let's finish off for you with an oracle card, crystal oracle energy, carrying you through from the September period into October. And you know, if all that resonates with you and you wanna claim that for yourself, place your hand on your heart. Take a breath and affirm, I'm claiming that for myself. All right? I'd really appreciate it if you like the video because it helps my channel to grow. Oopsie. Okay, there's 2 cards that came out here. 3 cards. Okay. Rhodochrosite, acceptance, accept with love. Okay, it's when we can accept where we are and the way that things are that we can go to the next step. One of the main reasons in which we keep ourselves stuck sometimes in life is by trying to not be where we are. And let me just explain that to you. So let's say this is where you are and you've got a problem, whatever the problem is. You know, there's some sort of scarcity, lack, something scares you. This is the problem. This is the now, this is the year. Okay. Now, what happens is, and this is when we're not fully in the present, so you get the problem, and then your mind says to you, remember the last time something like this happened. This can be in your mind, like in your life, maybe just somebody else in your life that you saw. It doesn't even have to be that close a person. Your mind just needs something relatable. And this is the power of that you want to be the one that is sort of like in the driving seat of your mind. Because if you're not, trust me, I speak from years of experience. When you are not the one that is managing your mind and your mind manages you. Okay, so anyway, current space, hitting those past memories. Oh my goodness, this is what happened the last time. Panic, panic, panic. And then that would still all be okay. But then the mind says to you, so remember what happened last time. So this is where you are heading. Now you are not in the present at all because you focus on the past, fearing for what the future is going to be and losing out on the current moment. Okay, so when you accept the moment for whatever it is, you don't have to like it, just accept it. Accept it with happiness, accept it with joy, accept it with anger, accept it just, you know, in the sense that, remember, nothing in life lasts forever. Nothing. It is what it is. There is some beautiful petrified wood ancestors. There is some ancestral knowledge here for you coming out. When you speak about ancestral knowledge, it doesn't even have to mean that you're going to go into the space where you're suddenly channeling your ancestors, because remember, the knowledge of all of that is within you. It's in your cells, it's in your DNA, it's in your molecules, it's in your identity. There is solutions here that's been with you all your life. There's an activation that's taking place for you at the moment, which can be very challenging sometimes. And Brazilianite flexibility. Remember in the beginning of the reading we spoke about you might not necessarily have a bad plan, but it might feel a little bit challenging for you. That's what we're speaking about. Okay, but so just to sort of like summarize it for you, Virgo. New beginnings, changes, out with the old, in with the new, and it does feel sort of challenging. But there's wonderful knowledge available here for you. Try not to if you're going to try to find a solution that works, try to come from an emotional point as opposed to a logical point. And, or, and I'm not asking you to not be who you are. That's not what I'm asking you to do. But so let's say you go with the logic. Okay, all fine and well, you got it, it works for you, everything looks hunky-dory, everything looks perfect. Just check in with your heart before you proceed, if that's the right thing for you. Or if you come just a lot from your emotions, do all of that, but then just check in with the mind before you proceed. Okay, so that's what I got for you. Hope that it helps, Virgo. See you next time.